Cinematic synth scores from people like Ludwig Göransson and Hans Zimmer sometimes feel like they need thousands of dollars worth of gear to create and a room full of analog Moog synthesizers. But I've been really finding recently a lot of enjoyment in seeing how far I can push VSTs in creating these cinematic, massive, larger-than-life textures. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I would approach creating one of these massive cinematic synth scores using Lunacy Audio's Cube and Beam VSTs. Now, Lunacy Audio reached out and asked to sponsor a video on my channel, so big thank you to them. As always, if you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's begin by starting off with some guitar. Now, I always like to approach most tracks with something organic, whether it's a bit of piano or guitar, to keep it from being entirely synthetic, as I think it helps ground it, especially if we're trying to tell a story or make music for a story that's about humans. When choosing a chord progression for a synth score like this, there's no rules, but I personally really like to have the first chord never be the tonic. Let's start by adding Beam to the guitar, which is an interactive effects playground that can completely transform the sound. So I can put a granular at the front. I've got this portal, which is kind of like a feedback loop in the middle. And then in between this portal, I'm gonna add this time module, which will chop up and change the sound and re-synthesize it, but then re-feed it back. And just like this, with a few clicks, we've already got a really unique sounding effects chain. Okay, next up, let's build on top of this with Cube. Now, Cube, I did a video on a couple of years ago when I first started using it, and it's one of my favorite synthesizers within the DAW. It really does its own thing. It sounds super unique, and it reminds me a bit of a classic like 80s, 90s era Rompler, but with a lot more high fidelity multi-samples if you want it to be. Just take a listen for yourself at some of these presets. I actually really like this one for the main keyboard sound of the track. Next up, one of the most important parts of a synthesizer-based score is some kind of textural drone to anchor the song and also usually keep some kind of pulsating rhythm. Not required, but you'll see what I mean. Let's find a pulsating drone. This is perfect. Take a listen to how much this simple little drone will transform the track. Part of this genre is building each section with layers, and Cube is fantastic for really interesting textural sounds that don't take up a ton of room in the mix, but add so much when you start to stack them. presets are really good, but it's also intuitive enough that I've only had this for a day and I already understand how it works, so it's easy to start with something like this and then tweak it so it sounds perfect. And next up, we're gonna add the bass, which of course, bass is crucial for a genre like this. We wanna make that bass entry a really climactic and emotional moment. So I'm gonna find a bass that isn't just a pure sine wave, but also isn't too complex. I think using Cube, and we'll just scroll through some of the presets here. Now, a genre like this usually doesn't have a super clear melody. If you listen to a lot of stuff from Hans Zimmer, Ludwig Göransson, artists like that, it'll typically have more of an ARP melody, and we kind of have something like that with our textural drone, but I think there's enough space to bring in a secondary ARP melody, so I'm gonna add that now. And then finally, in my opinion, a good synth score should have a moment where the energy changes, whether you're gonna take it down a notch or take it up, as that will help the song from getting stale and feel like a loop. So let's create a second section here using the same chords, but using new Cube presets, ones that have a bit more rhythm and texture, and processing them with Beam. Volt is one of my favorite modules in Beam. It's a distortion and drive circuit. And then finally, to keep this section different yet related, I'm gonna take the same art melody I made earlier and add it to a brand new sound I'm making. All right, finally, I'm gonna add some cinematic percussion, crash cymbals, hits from my sample library. Before we hear the final piece after a bit of mixing and those percussion samples I mentioned, just wanna say thanks again to Lunacy Audio for sponsoring this video. Thank you for watching. And if you do wanna pick up your own copy of Lunacy Audio, Cube, and Beam, they're on sale for the next couple days in the description of this video. So please go check those out. Really appreciate the support on the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.